Now, this two-part class on properties, 25% of our entire course, is on land ownership. So suffices it to say we should all be aspiring to owning our own land. That's where the wealth resides. But dial back to lesson 3, where we talked about the 4 levels of landowners, the level 1, 2, and 3, and 4 glampers. I'd like to talk a bit about what I call the level X glamper. These are opportunities in the glamping world to insert yourself without necessarily owning the land yet. Yes, we aspire to own our own land or more land, but there's lots we can do in the meantime. And by staying close to the moving mechanisms of the growing glamping industry, the opportunity will present itself sooner or later to purchase your piece of land. So let me introduce to you 6 level X glampers that you could be a part of. First of all, I call them looky-loos. We should all be doing this, even if we're nice and content with our current property. Even as I'm recording this course, I am in talks with 2 land developers about turning their land into glamping operations. I encourage you to make friends with area realtors. Get you on their minds. I walked one property based on the suggestion of a realtor from our Chamber of Commerce, and though the land acquisition didn't turn out, I ended up purchasing the Big Red, which is one of our tiny homes. Got a great deal on it, and I'm making $150, $200 a night on it. Opportunities come around when you are a looky-loo. Another level X glamper is the investor or equity contributor. This level X glamper does have big pockets, but they don't want to get into the operations of things. I've spoken to some of these investors, but I haven't quite been satisfied with the relationship. But I know these investors are looking for key players in the glamping world, and they're looking for opportunities to grow their investment with perhaps you. The next level X glamper is a vendor. This is someone who is involved with the accessories of building a glamping operation, but not doing it themselves. They are selling to people like you and me. In fact, several of our mastermind guests are people who have services for people like you and me. And some of them even have some glamping operations on the side. Heck, when you think of it, I'm a vendor. I'm selling you this class to help you become a better glamping developer. Isn't that interesting? There's also the not owner operator. We talk a lot about the owner operators, but what about a not owner operator? This is someone who's working for owners. I actually see myself needing this kind of person in the future. Right now I have 2 properties and I'm able to be an owner-operator, but I'm turning more into an acquisitions partner or a growing operation where I won't be able to check people in or step in when a cleaner doesn't show up. Who knows, I might hire one of you as an operator and maybe you'll acquire some land while at it. Next is a nomad influencer. Yeah, these people do exist. They travel from glamp ground to glamp ground featuring other people's accommodations on their social media channels. If you haven't visited them already, see Mike and Ann Howard. They're a couple of nomads who travel all over the world talking up glamping properties. You can see them at honeytrek.com. And they aren't the only ones. We just featured an Instagram influencer who talked up our container home villages. And we'll probably have more that visit. They get a free night in exchange for consultations or some other deal, and they live the nomad life. I actually see myself partnering with some of these people a lot in the future. And finally, there's an educator or consultant, and that's obviously what I am too. Now, you will have a certificate of completion of this course. You will be a step ahead of other people just like you are now. So you, like me, can use this clout that you will have to educate and consult others on how to do glamping right. I'd love to partner with you on this. I want to give you a letter of recommendation as a consultant if that's what you want to be. Now, there is no shame in being a level X glamper, and here's the important thing to remember. We do all we can in the glamping industry as we acquire property. You know, of course, I'm doing a little bit of all this list, and you can too. But signing the dotted line and acquiring property, that's the ultimate goal here. You're just in the thick of things while you're setting those opportunities up. Opportunities will continue to come as we get involved in the glamping community.